Hi, everyone. My name is Jack McFadden, and I'm the president of Consumer Choice Award. I am absolutely delighted to be here this morning to talk to you about our Guelph 2021 program. Now, obviously, in a perfect world, we would be out in Guelph right now at one of your great venues, and we'd be doing this in person. And, we really miss that because we gain a lot of energy from, a live event. But obviously, in COVID world, this is a good alternative, not perfect, but it does help us, in a relatively short period of time, tell you about our program. So we very much appreciate your time. Really appreciate you joining us today, and I assure you I'll keep this to under 45 minutes to get you back to work. There's just one flaw about this using a webinar, GoToWebinar. We do show videos during this program, and they don't come across as well as they can just because of the size of them. But we will send out links to those videos after the event so you can see them in real time. So without further ado, I'm going to put back on my reader so I can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to turn myself off and go to the presentation, and then we'll jump back in at the end. Thanks very much. Okay, so just a minute here. PowerPoint. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's get this here. Share screen. Hold on, sorry about the difficulties here. I'm just trying to get to the main screen. Okay, view. Okay, I just want to check with Aiden. Do we have a full screen on site? Full screen up? Okay, gotta get a view. Yeah, I know I don't. Okay, are we full screen now? Okay, slideshow. Okay, sorry about that, guys. So again, it's not the best forum, but it's the one we're using. Okay, so really, I like to approach these events as if I were you in the audience. And, there's really kind of three takeaways, if you will, right up front about Consumer Choice Award. What are we? Well, we are a company that rewards consumer preferred businesses. We find those businesses, that would be you, through the use of our third-party selection partners. And then lastly, we're a marketing company designed to help consumer preferred businesses articulate that fact to the greater community. Really what this is all about is we're in a world right now where, the world has changed quite a bit and we're starting to get back to business. We feel at Consumer Choice Award, this is the perfect time actually to identify yourself as a consumer preferred business. And why is that? Well, really, if you think about it, every sales transaction or every discussion you have with consumers all comes down to trust. In a perfect world, everybody that came into your great business would go and tell 10 to 15 of their closest family and friends about the great interaction they had with you. They would go tell 10 to 15 of their closest friends. And frankly, if that perfect world existed, you wouldn't have to be on this call today because you wouldn't have to market the fact that you're a great company. This is actually the key to what we think we can do to help your company. What we at Consumer Choice Award do, as I mentioned before, is we hire independent research companies to ask consumers who they feel are the best businesses at what they do. And frankly, that's how we found you. What that does for you is it takes you away from self-promotion. Self-promotion is very frankly what I'm doing right now. I own Consumer Choice Award. Obviously, I feel very passionate about our company. And I'm going to tell you that I think what we do, we're very good at. Just like what you do every day when you're out there telling about your company. Self-promotion, unfortunately, has to be taken with a grain of salt. What Consumer Choice Award does for you is it enables you to take yourself out of that place of self-promotion and mention that consumers have said that your company is the best at what you do in your respective business category. We at Consumer Choice Award feel that's a very, very powerful statement to be able to make. So that's really just a very little bit about who we are. I do want to spend some time, again, if I was in the audience, the next question I'd be asking would be, how did they find me? Why am I on this call? Well, it all started when we sent you a letter, looked something like this. But there was a whole lot of work that went on behind the scenes before that letter was actually sent. We really have a 4-step methodology that I'm going to take you through here. It's also highlighted on our website, should you want to look at this later. So the first of the 4 steps is what we call category selection. We attempt to run about 250 business categories in every market in which we do business. Now, when I say attempt, that's because in smaller markets, you would have categories sometimes tending to be combined. So the example I'll give would be, in Toronto, a big market, there are a lot of companies that do roofing, a lot of companies that do siding. In a smaller market, generally, you might have people that combine those to roofing and siding contractors. So again, we attempt to do about 250, and we do as many as we can in a market, as long as there's enough competition to fairly judge the market. Secondly, we populate those categories. So again, this is where we use our partners like Gallup, Dun & Bradstreet, Ipsos, Research Now, Survey Sampling International, and we basically comb the internet and try to find every company that exists within a business category in order for us to get a good read on the entire scope of the marketplace. Thirdly, we qualify all relevant companies. We make sure we put every company through a screen to ensure that those companies are, both ethically and legally following every rule in the book. We want to make sure, obviously, that we do not reward a company that is not using ethical business practices. And then lastly, and this is what we've been doing since we were founded way back in 1987, is we hire companies to help us rank those companies that we have found to find the consumer preferred businesses in each business category. I want to spend a little bit more time on that 4th section, because there has been a pretty dramatic change over the last couple of years that I think really has helped us and helped you, and I'll explain why. So way back when Consumer Choice Award was founded in 1987, all the way up through 2011, we used phone call surveys, and we used a company called Remarketing, which is a big research firm out of Montreal. Now, again, I don't have to really go into great depth, but let's just say that phone calls surveys in general really started to lose popularity. And in fact, people just would not answer phone call surveys. We were aware of that, and we were looking to shift out of that process. We switched companies actually in 2011-12 to a company called SSI, Survey Sampling International. They were later bought by a company called Dynata. But they were an international company that really utilized email surveys. So in other words, there were panels of people in all cities all across the world, really, where they were able to run surveys via email and via the internet to gain a survey data for various places. Now, I want to interject a personal story. Back in 2015, I was actually looking at politics, believe it or not, out in Alberta. And if any of you recall that, in 2015, a big change happened in Alberta. For the most part, Alberta always votes Conservative, or if not the federal Conservative Party, a party even more to the right than the Conservatives. But lo and behold, in 2015, the NDP, obviously a left-leaning party, won the premiership in Alberta. Every single survey company predicted that incorrectly. There was one company that I read about that actually predicted this result, and that company was called ASI, Advanced Symbolics International. So I was very intrigued by them and cold called them, in fact, and went to Ottawa and met them. And what they did differently than survey companies is they looked at the internet, social media postings, blogs, reviews, and basically they were using exit polls for politics. And they were far more accurate than the traditional survey companies. And really it intrigued me because so there's been this wealth of data since the internet has come into play, where reviews, blogs, all kind of information about companies exists out there, and what ASI has done is developed a artificial intelligence tool to help monitor social media rankings of companies. And we didn't jump right into bed with them. We actually ran them parallel to our survey process for 2 years up through 2019. But in 2019 and now, we shifted 100% to using social media online reputation as the way that we find consumer preferred businesses. So again, that's a lot for you to digest, and we can get into great depth on who ASI is and what the data looks like that they present to us. But basically, for your purposes, know that we have spent an enormous amount of time, effort, and money, frankly, to develop a comprehensive, impartial process. And it gives you, the winners, the certainty to know that you have been chosen based on the merits of your company. This is not a popularity contest. With all due respect, we didn't find you. We went to the data, the ASI data, and they are who led us to you, because you are listed as the consumer preferred business in your respective category in Guelph. So that brings you to a crossroads. Frankly, by the fact that you're invited to this call today, by the fact that we've sent this letter to you, you have the right to make the claim that you are the 2020-21 winner, if you will, of the Consumer Choice Award in your business category. You have the right to make that claim. We do not sell the Consumer Choice Award. You also, however, have the right to engage in a marketing platform. I stated up front, we're a marketing company. We are a marketing company predicated on the idea that if you are the best at what you do, you should be standing at the tallest point in Guelph, beating your chest and letting everybody know that your company is the one that consumers have said is the best at what you do. It's a very, very powerful statement for a business to be able to make. So to that end, we really feel there's a lot of reasons why you would consider associating yourself with us and a marketing program from us. Firstly, it's the greatest single differentiator between you and your competitors. You and not your competitors can make the claim that you are the consumer preferred business in your category in Guelph this year. Secondly, it reinforces the purchase decision. Everybody likes to deal with a winner. It's just kind of how we're wired. We like to be associated with winning, and by the fact that you have been identified as the best, it reinforces those who have purchased products and services from your company. And thirdly, and we feel this is really a key part of what we do very well, is we help you tell your story. We live in a world that is very chaotic. There's a lot of information out there. It's very hard to get your message to be heard in a very clear and succinct way. What we're offering you is the opportunity to take your message that yours is the consumer preferred business and articulate it across many different mediums in a very concise and powerful way. So we do this through the third leg of the stool, if you will, our marketing platforms. Again, we're a marketing company. It's what we specialize in. And there's many components of what we offer to you, and I'm going to go through those. They're all really part of what we depict here on this slide, called the, kind of the circle of excellence. All of these items are things that you have access to, and only you, in 2020-21 in Guelph. I'm going to go through them individually. So firstly, we put together what we call a signature program. Signature program, for lack of a better term, is kind of our base level program. We really feel that all of the items I'm going to go through today will help you articulate the fact that your company is what it is. The first piece of that is our trademark, frankly. This is, our first product, if you will. It's what people recognize when they think of Consumer Choice Award. And the reason they do that is we have spent a lot of time, effort, and a lot of money over the years making sure that people understand that this trademark is associated with excellence. So, we had a little fun with it a couple of years ago. We ran a social media program where we asked our winners, what do you do with our logo? And again, I'll apologize up front. This is the first of those videos, but I'm going to show it to you and then come back on and talk a little bit about it. So again, our first product is our logo, if you will. And frankly, it is a logo. It's just a logo. I don't, we're not too full of ourselves to think of it greater than that. But again, keeping with the idea that it's better if I don't tell you about it. That video we just showed you is what our winners have done over the years with our logo. Really what they're doing and what we're advocating for you to do is for you to tie your great brand with our great brand, because what our brand does is it identifies that your company has been singled out by consumers as being the best at what you do. You have access to this logo, and in fact, we encourage you to use it in every single thing you do. Next, the next thing that we produce for every company within our signature program is we produce a custom winner video. So this is an example of this year's video. I'm going to show it and we'll talk about it. So each and every year we come up with and we produce a 30-second video for every one of our winners. And it is definitely a template, but it's a customizable template. We work with you to come up with several keywords about your company. There are different colors, different patterns that you can use, but basically we produce that video for you and give that to you as a piece of content. I'm going to reference that content in a couple different ways in this presentation. The next thing we produce for you is we produce a landing page on our website. Our website obviously generates a lot of traffic, and we put a landing page about each and every one of our winners on our webpage. There is a video for this. I'm not going to show it again, just in the interest of the medium that we're using, but it is on our website, this video, and you can look at it there. But I want to highlight a couple key things. So why is it important for you to have a landing page on our website? You have to think of it in terms of the sales process. So let's say, just for an example, I need a roof and I live in Guelph. It's raining. I need a roof right now. So what does having a landing page do for you as a roofer, as the consumer preferred identified roofer in Guelph do for you? Well, first of all, it validates your award. Think of the process. It's raining. I need a roof. First thing I do, I go online, I find a bunch of companies. Yours is the only company that has been validated, because what we produce for you is a link from your website to our website that validates your award. Secondly, searchability. Again, by saying that people go online and they start looking for a roofer, we identify your company. We have created a backlink to our website, which helps you from a search point of view. So again, we help you be found as the consumer preferred roofer in Guelph. Thirdly, on that landing page, it's a contact information and a link back to your website. So if people are ready to buy, they go directly back to your site. And lastly, there's that custom video. This is the first time I'll mention it. So your video exists on both your website and on our landing page for your website. So again, that's another backlink, which helps you from a search point of view. And again, it also helps you articulate your message about your company. We redid our website a year ago, and really we did several things to it. It's got an enhanced SEO feature. So every single word we write about your company on our landing page for you is SEO enhanced, designed to help you from a searchability point of view so that your company rises up the Google food chain and gets onto that coveted page 1. It has an easy flow, and it has a contact form, which in essence is a CCA lead back to you. And then lastly, it has a section called WOMO reviews. That's not a typo. WOMO stands for word of mouth online. And I'm gonna tell you about WOMO, then I'll come back to the landing page. WOMO is a tool that you have access to, again, in our signature program, which basically enables you to ask your customers how you are doing with them. How do they feel about your company? Basically, WOMO is a cloud-based customer management tool. There are tools that you can access out there on the open market, but you, by your association directly with CCA, get access to WOMO, which is our internal product. So really, in essence, what it enables you to do, very simply, is you are able to send an email through WOMO, identified as your company, not ours, and ask clients, would they recommend your company to others? You'll get back, if they answer it, a numerical score. Anywhere from a 0 to 7, we consider a negative response, if you will. 8, 9, and 10, we consider a positive response. So basically, you get back both, or you have the potential of getting back both either positive or negative reviews. So let's talk about the negative part first. Now, again, I own a company. I certainly don't relish negative feedback about Consumer Choice Award, but as the president of the company, I certainly want to know it. And why is that? Well, I personally believe that, well, first of all, we're all human. We all make mistakes, and we want to, if you're the type of person that thinks that mistakes can be corrected, which I do, you want to find out any mistakes you make and then try to rectify those. So what WOMO does, it enables you to proactively seek out negative information, which might be counterintuitive, but it enables you to then turn that negative into a positive. Now, the flip side of that is obviously the positives, and that is you really want to find out who thinks you're good and you want to market that fact. So if you go back to this landing page, over the years, what WOMO will do is it will ask people to try to produce a Google review for you. A lot of people are very reticent to do that. What we have developed with this is WOMO automatically captures any positive review. So even if somebody does not post a positive review all the way to a Google review, it will automatically be filtered into your WOMO account, and you are developing an online database of positive reviews about your company that, again, is away from your own website. So again, you can create backlinks to these positive reviews as well. The next thing we do in our standard program is to do a press release. So we do a press release over AccessWire. AccessWire is one of the top 100,000 sites in the world. It's a news aggregator. We certainly can't guarantee it, but oftentimes other news sources go to places like AccessWire to find content, and that's where they reproduce things like the winners in a various market. But what you also can do is what we do for you. We take those press releases, we announce them over our own social media, and you obviously get a link to those press releases and can put those on your own social media or wherever you'd like. In fact, you can share them with clients. So you, again, are getting content about the fact that yours is a consumer preferred business. The last piece of the puzzle, at least of the signature program, is YouTube. So with YouTube, we produce for you an 8-week program where we guarantee you 50,000 views. And that's 50,000 views of that video that we told you about, that 30-second video. So for those of you who have used YouTube before, you'll know that when ads come up, when videos come up, there's a button right about here that says skip ad. If somebody skips your ad, that is not a view. That is just an impression. So again, every time, and we build these videos to make sure that your logo is listed right on the front. But every time somebody watches your video in its entirety, that is a view. So we guarantee you 5,000 times when somebody will watch your video. And that's not just anybody. We work with you to come up with who is your target audience. So it's not just anybody on the internet clicking on your video. We work with you and we only place those ads to your target market. Who is it you're looking to target? What geographic area are you looking to target? And when do you want to run your ads? Out of that world is where we guarantee you 5,000 views of your video. Okay, so that is really our signature program, if you will. Just to reiterate, you get use of our trademark. We produce a plaque for you. We produce all the promotional materials. We build a web page on our we build a landing page on our website about your company. We do a press release about your company where you're included. We produce a branding video for you. You have access to our product called Womo, and we produce a YouTube program for you where you're guaranteed 5,000 views to your target audience over an 8-week duration. That is our signature program. All of those things are designed, as I stated up front, to help you stand out in the crowd. Yours is the consumer preferred business in Guelph in your business category. Why would you not want to make sure that everybody knew that information, particularly now when businesses are starting to come back to life and business is starting to pick back up? Really, what we try to do from a marketing point of view is provide you with the right tools to help you promote your brand. So we don't stop at the signature program. We have all kind of other options that are available to you and only you in your category. So the first of those would be traditional advertising. Over the years, we've probably shifted a lot more of our advertising to online, but some areas of traditional advertising have been very effective for us over the years. The first of these is transit. One thing that's been very odd about the whole COVID pandemic is traffic has gone down. When I mean traffic, I mean physical traffic. But as you and I both know, when everything is up and running, traffic is a real problem, or can be viewed as a real problem all across this country. But at CCA, we have embraced traffic. We feel traffic is a great way for us to utilize buses, which are everywhere in traffic, stopped at red lights, stopped at stop signs, and use the back of those buses to promote our winners. This has been a very, very popular and very successful campaign for us over the years. You can develop with us either a templated ad, where again, we plug you into one of our templates, or we can work with you on a custom creative, and then we give you a program where those buses are driving all throughout Guelph, doing what buses do, stopping in traffic and letting people who are behind them know about your award-winning company. Next, we develop a whole lot of online options. So the first of these is really the biggest, which is the Google Display Network. Google Display Network is really the place to advertise on the web. It reaches 92% of online consumers. It's really how ads are bought today. So for those of you who are not aware of what a Google ad is, on any website you go to, look at any ad on there. If it has a little blue triangle in the corner, that is a Google Display Network ad. And what we do is, again, we work with you. We don't just put your ads out to the internet at large. We work with you to talk to you about who is the right person. What is the demographic that you're shooting for as your target market? What is the right time that you want to run it, whether it be seasonal or time of day, time of week, whenever makes the most sense to run your ads. And what is the right message? We work with you to come up with various creative ideas to help you articulate what it is that your company does at the right time, at the right place. But we don't stop there. The next thing we do is we advertise on Facebook. And why do we go to Facebook? Well, Facebook is the #2 site. It is the #1 mobile site. So in terms of mobile usage, Facebook is the #1 site. It's obviously social media, so it's engaged. When we say, but engaged, what we mean is it's the platform where people spend the most time on. So people are on Facebook for a long time. So it's a great place, again, for us to put your ads onto Facebook. And again, it's social. It's a social media platform, so people are able to share information across Facebook. The next piece of the puzzle is Instagram. So, I'm in my 60s. Once upon a time, I, like a lot of people my era, thought Instagram was just for kids. Well, it really is not. Instagram is a tremendously powerful and growing tool. It enables you to strengthen new and develop strengthen existing client relationships and develop new relationships with newer and younger demographics. Tell your story and promote your company over this growing social media platform. So really, we call this, kind of the CCA digital platform experience. And really what we do is we work with you again, we always work to develop your target market, the right person, the right time, and the right message. We do it over these platforms, the Google Display Network, Facebook, I already mentioned YouTube with your YouTube video earlier, and then Instagram. And what we produce for you is tailored marketing. And depending upon the size and scope of the program you decide to work with us on, we can have you running your ads anywhere from 8 to 52 weeks, and we can guarantee you anywhere from 500,000 to 15 million impressions, and guarantee you up to 50,000 views on YouTube. Now, again, the keyword, there are a couple keywords here. These are direct leads. Again, think about this. These are targeted ads to your target market. They are direct leads, and we guarantee you, in other words, we don't stop running the programs until we reach your guaranteed amount of impressions, be that a minimum of 500,000 up to a maximum of 15 million and up to 50,000 views, guaranteed. Everything I've talked about so far has been business to consumer, B2C. We also put together B2B or business to business programs, and we do that through LinkedIn. So again, if you are a business to business in other words, your clients are other businesses, we develop ads for you that we run on LinkedIn. And why do we do it on LinkedIn? Well, LinkedIn is the #1 platform for lead generation. It's really where how businesses interact. It's businesses' social media platform, if you will, to each other. And really, the key is that decision makers exist in LinkedIn. It's really how businesses make a lot of business decisions. The last piece of the internet-based ads that we run for you is what we call Google Remarketing. And many of you are probably very aware of this, but as you've already seen, we do a lot of work to get people to your website. We produce ads for you. We optimize keywords. We put a landing page on our website where we help you from a search point of view. So we are doing lots of things to get your consumer preferred business, your website, to be found, if you will. So if we go through all that hard work and we get people to your website, and then they leave your website, which is what happens, people go and search. The logical piece is to remind people when they're out there surfing the web about your business. And we do that through the use of Google Remarketing ads, which remind people that they have been to your website, that your business is, that they have expressed interest in your business, and remind them to try to bring them back to your site. We also have now an enhanced Google Remarketing program where not only do we market you to those who have come to your website, but we look at all of the profiles of customers that have come to your website, and we run your ads to like customers. So in other words, we're now Google Remarketing to customers that have come to your site and other businesses that have very similar demographic and searching trends. So we're really doing a lot to not only get people to your website, but while they're out on the web browsing, to remind them about your award-winning company and bring them back to your site. Okay, so the last piece of the puzzle here today is about video. And I'm gonna, we've kept it to the end. The reason video is so important, we feel, is that first of all, because online is growing so much, it's a fact that people prefer to watch video than to read content. So if you believe that fact, which I hope you do, you want to make sure that you have great video on your website to tell your story, because that's what people are looking for. And the more powerful your video, the more powerful your message. Now, again, because of our association with lots of video companies, we have developed a lot of expertise in terms of developing videos for you. And I'm going to actually show you a couple of different examples. But basically, we produce what we call an influencer spot, which would be a 15-second spot, a 30-second mission statement, a 60-second explainer, and a 2-minute what we call industry video. I'm just going to show you a couple examples. Again, I'll apologize up front in that these videos don't come across, go to webinar all that well, but I like them in this context because they show you a couple different things. First of all, the different visuals that you can use. Secondly, the different sounds, music, colors, messaging. So I'm going to show a couple of examples and then we'll talk about that to wrap it up. Okay, so that's a 15-second video. I'm going to go right on to a 30-second video here. Okay, so the point of showing you these last two is to, again, just show you the differences in terms of content, look, feel, but also how much more information you can get into a longer video. And I'm going to take one further risk here. I'm going to actually show you a 2-minute video, and I'm doing this on purpose because A, I think it's a great video, but B, I'd like you to really look at the amount of content that can be covered in a 2-minute video. Just try to look at this and see all the things that are said in this video. Okay, so again, I thank you for your patience, but think about that. In 2 minutes, that company, again, we produced that video with them. So we really worked with them to come up with the content on that. And they were able to talk about their heritage, the number of locations they have. They gave customer testimonials and reviews on there, and they launched a new program, and they talked about their award-winning nature, all within a 2-minute span. A very, very powerful sales tool that they have forever to live on their website and our landing page about their company. So I've gone through a lot over the last 30 minutes or so, and really the whole point was to let you know that you have access to all these options that are available to you and only you as the award-winning company in your business category in Guelph in 2020 and 21. We feel obviously very passionately that it's important for you as an award-winning company to get out there and promote your company and let people know that yours is different than your competitors. This is a summary of all the various programs that we offer. So we have lots of different offerings, and what we try to do is we try to package different things together to give you maximum value for the money you spend on advertising. So depending on how much you want to do, we have options that are available for you. And again, we will send this out to you. I'm not going to go through every detail on this slide. To that end, we send out a very detailed marketing information booklet. It's an electronic booklet. It tells you all about our program offering. So you don't have to worry, if I talked fast today or breezed over something a little too quickly, we're going to send you every piece of information about everything we offer. And we're going to give you all of our pricing, our program offerings, the timing of when things occur. Basically, in a nutshell, every single thing there is to know about Consumer Choice Award, we will be sending to you after this video. And then secondarily to that, really at this point in time, I'd like to turn it over to the market development managers. You have access to a market development manager in your market whose job it is to tell you specifically about our company. So Jarrett and Aiden.
Hey guys, how's it going? I'm Jarrett. Been with the company for the last 3 years and focusing on Guelph each and every year. Great to see some of our repeat winners on this call. I know Language Studio. Hello guys. We got Guelph Cleaners, Bushido Kids Karate, Derma Skin Institute, Applied Biomechanics and Orthotics Bracing, Macho Movers. Congratulations on winning again, guys. And special congratulations to all the new winners as well. Thanks for joining us today, and I'd like to introduce you to Aiden McFadden.
Hi everyone, my name's Aiden. I've only been with the company for a couple months now, but I've been growing up with it for over a decade now. And my first time working in Guelph, and I'm looking forward to it. And maybe, sometime soon we can meet in person and, go from there as phase 3 starts to kick off. So.
Okay, well, everyone, I certainly appreciate your time today, and this really kind of wraps up our formal program, if you will. As promised, I kept it under 45 minutes. We really appreciate your time. We know your time is valuable. We're also extremely excited for the opportunity to potentially work with your award-winning company. One of the joys of being at Consumer Choice Award is that we work with each and every year the best of the best. And we work with you to help you articulate the fact that, in fact, your company is the award-winning company in your business category. So thanks very much again for your time. If we get the opportunity to work for you this year, we'll look forward to that. And if we don't, we wish you the best with your business. And also, as important as everything is, stay safe, stay healthy, and best of luck with you, your family, and your businesses this year. Thanks very much. Have a great day.